Okay. The song that we just played is going to make a whole lot of sense here in a minute. I hope. so, everything we've done this morning is going to tie together right here. I wanted to start by talking about right now we are at the point where about 92% of all goals, intentions, and visions that were set at the first of the year have died or gone away or forgotten about. This is about the 1st of March is when most people have just said, forget it. Now, it's kind of hard to believe since we go to so much work to make them happen. We work so hard to put them into play. So what I want to tell you about is if you have fallen into that 92%, no problem. Pick them up again if you want. Or change them if you want. Or just let them go if you want. There's no judgment. The reason I bring it up is because I've already seen a couple of articles about it this year, and some people will read those and they will beat themselves up because they're part of that 92%. It just wasn't important enough to keep it going. So, if you choose to, pick them back up. Now, the thing about these intentions is if you are part of the 92%, or if you're not and you're struggling to keep going with them, there are many, many, many ways to set intentions. And you can set intentions for the year, you can set them for the month, you can set them for the week, the day, the hour. There's lots of different ways that you can keep this going. You can set intentions in your phone. I've got I'll put it over there. My phone has a list, every day of things that it pops up and it reminds me. There's a little vibration happens on the side of my desk to remind me, oh, you got to do this. Or, oh, here's something you wanted to do. Here's something you need to, we can, however you want to claim it. The industry of reminding us to do things is huge. I knew a guy at one of the Chamber of Commerce's I used to go to that was making a killing reminding people to do things. He had some sort of app that you could get for your phone, and it $1 a piece, but he was making a fortune. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. Some people have Post-it notes, cover up their mirror, and they have to clean out a spot in the morning so they can get ready for work because they've got so many reminders and Post-its up there. People keep calendars on the wall. Some people have a whiteboard, in a really conspicuous place so that you can, so they see it often. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Other people just have great memories. What I can tell you is if you do have a desire to set an intention and go for it, find something that works to help you stay on track, because the chaos of the world, the busyness of our lives will stop you if you're not careful. It just seems to get in the way. Things fall through the crack, and then we become that 92%, whether we want to or not. Now, those are things. What we've been talking about are visions and intentions and goals that we have for work, for relationship, for family, for money. We're all pretty good at setting those things, but how good are you at setting intentions for your feelings? It's what we did the meditation for just a minute ago, was to start tying this in. The feeling that you felt in that meditation, the feeling that you chose as your dominant feeling, how often do you set an intention at the beginning of the day, today I'm going to feel this? And it doesn't have to be that one all the time. How often do you have a little thing programmed in your phone to be happy? Wouldn't that be cool? A little reminder pop up and ding at you. Kathy would set one and it would bark. Her phone would bark at her. She's got this little bark, anytime something comes in. How cool would it be the phone barks at you, you look at it, it just says, be happy. Be peaceful. Be calm. Be grateful. How great would it be if that Post-it note that you see first thing in the morning is a reminder to be perfectly comfortable? You don't have to put restrictions on it. The world will tell you that, okay, I'll be comfortable as long as this happens. I'll be happy as long as that goes my way. I'll be peaceful if those crazy people over there quit killing each other. We do not have to wait to feel those feelings. Those feelings are our inherent right, because those feelings are love-based feelings. And love-based feelings are many. It's much more than I've mentioned here. Love, happy, peaceful, grateful. Those are just a tip of the iceberg. Love-based feelings are plentiful, and you can choose any of them anytime you want, because love-based feelings come from pure love. Pure love it's God. God is within us, within every soul of our being. God is our spiritual self. We cannot separate. You know, in the way of mastery, we learn that we cannot separate. We have spent, how many chapters? 35 weeks now, I believe it was. Yeah, 35 chapters, one a week, and we've learned that we cannot separate from God. That is an illusion. Since God is our truth, since God is us, we are pure love. We can choose those feelings. Those feelings are ours. You know, we kind of run on automatic, and we forget about our feelings, and we just hope that this world, that the people in our lives, the situations in our lives will be kind to us and let us be happy and let us feel loved and let us be peaceful. You know, the people in this room, I know, take it a few steps further than that, and we really do vision for some good things in our life. We vision for love, and we vision for that perfect understanding of our connection with God. But we still often leave it up to fate, if you will, to provide the feelings. We can choose. We can choose our feelings anytime we want. Kathy's going through a little thing that she's reading in one of the Law of Attraction books. I think it's with Esther. Is that, yeah, Abraham. And it talks about setting intentions for different segments of your day. And I haven't read it, so my paraphrase may not be exactly what they're saying, but my understanding based on what she's told me is, set your day up in segments and know what you're going for. Know what your intention is for that, and I don't know if the book says this or not, include the feelings. If you're going into a meeting this afternoon with a new client, set the intention of having a peaceful and productive feeling throughout. Set the intention of feeling loved and grateful and whatever it means to you to embrace that whole situation. To be able to walk away from that situation feeling empowered. Not that you overpowered somebody, but you're empowered because that connection was so beautiful. That connection with that new client, your feelings throughout the whole thing were exactly as you intended. And when you start setting those intentions, they will be. Now, I get some arguments. I did a talk similar to this on the radio show this week, and my producer questioned, well, what happens if something goes wrong? I use my son all the time, so we'll just continue. Life pitched me a pretty ugly situation to deal with when my son died. I didn't know all of this then, so it was a little bit different. But what I know is that when somebody dies, when a loved one dies, you are going to go through the 5 steps of grieving. That happens, okay? And I'm going to read those so that I don't miss one. It's the first step is denial and isolation. The second step is anger. Third step is bargaining. Fourth step is depression. And the fifth step is acceptance. You will go through every one of these. And it's not just for a loved one. It could be a pet is a loved one. It could be a pet. It could be my cousin's home just burned to the ground this past week. They probably are going to go through a grievance period. So it can be just anything that you're close to, anything that you hold, a special place for in your heart. If you lose it, you'll go through this. Now, when you set intentions for how you're going to feel, you can still set an intention for for feeling loved every day. You're still going to go through this. The difference is these things do not control your life anymore. That bargaining stage doesn't have to last for 5 weeks. That anger stage doesn't have to last for 2 years. You can move through those. You can have them and deal with them and feel them and accept them and then know that you're still loved. Know that you're still peaceful throughout. We still have life situations that pop up, but we do not have to get absorbed into the muck that these situations create. These 5 steps of grieving are barriers between me and my happiness, is what it seems like. But those barriers are not really between me and my happiness. My happiness is over here. These things just keep so much drama going on that I get tuned into them. And I feel like I've got to fight through them. I feel like I've got to deal with them 100% before I can ever be happy again. It feels like everything is lined up straight and I have to go over these hurdles or through them or move them or whatever before I can be happy again. That's not true. My barriers are over here. My happiness is over here. I basically just shift my focus. Yes, I'm depressed because my son died during this process. I do not have to live in a depressed state. I can come back over here. I can be peaceful. I can focus on my peace. I can focus on love. That depression will run its course, but it's going to run its course without my attention. There's going to be things that will try to suck me back down. That's what depression will do, is it will try to suck you down into that funnel. If I'm focused on love and if I'm focused on peace, if I'm focused on whatever love-based emotions I have, I don't have to get drugged down into that funnel. I'm still sad that my son died. I still miss my son. But since I've learned all of this, I can choose to be happy. And I can choose to see the happiness I had with him. I can choose to see the love that I had with him instead of the fact that he is dead physically. I know good and well he's not spiritually dead. I know that spiritually we are as connected and more so than I ever could be with the physical human part of him. And that's what keeps me going. And I can do that because I can see the love. I can focus on the love. I can focus on his spirit instead of the loss. So barriers are over here. They just have enough drama that our focus goes to them. And they do. In my team building events, I have this one activity that we have 50, the whole group's here and we're tossing things back and forth, and there literally can be 20 to 50 things in the air at one time. Well, guess what everybody focuses on? This chaos that's happening right in front of us. Now, when I talk to them about this and we change and we do it again and we focus just on the person that we need to be focused on, everything works just like it's supposed to. That chaos is still there. But when we change our focus, everything works. That's what life is. That's what emotions do to you. If we leave here today and we have a flat tire, it would be real easy to be upset about that. If we let that emotion take too much control over our lives, if we focus on that problem, that situation, that issue, we're going to be upset. It might very well ruin our day. But if we just see it as another experience of life and we focus back in on whatever our dominant feeling is, whatever we set as an intention for the day, guess who's going to feel better? The person who focused on the situation or the person who focused on the intention? It will change the way you can see the world. It opens you up to see things differently. So once again, I want you to close your eyes And I want you to get an idea of what emotion or feeling do you want to have for the rest of the day. And when you decide what that is, just take a really deep breath and take that in. Choose it. Claim it. Own it. Be fully embraced by that feeling. Know how that feels. Now say to yourself, I am one with God. I choose this feeling for the rest of the day. This is a love-based feeling. God is love. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes again. The thing about intentions, if we set them once and never look at it again, eventually that feeling kind of fades away and we get back into our old routines. Set some reminders. Find a way to remind yourself that at 10, 2, and 4, what is that? That's the old Dr. Pepper thing. At 10, 2, and 4, I'm going to remind myself to just take a deep breath and feel loved. And at 9, 1, and 3, I'm going to set an intention to, or a reminder rather, to take a breath and feel peaceful. Do that. And all of the chaos of the world will not take over. We've got somebody in our lives that right now focuses on the paper and the news, and it turns their day upside down. It really does. And this is something that I'm going to be chatting with them about. Hopefully they will be able to do this a little bit and just turn off the world and tune back into what's important. And what's important is your connection with God. These amazing love-based feelings that we can have that are our right, that are our privilege, they're ours to have. We own them. So use them. Thank you.